I'm Vicky and I'm one of the outreach support workers.
Hi, I'm Jo and I'm the activity coordinator. We're here today and we're going to do some crafts. This is the sort of thing we do at outreach groups run in the community for patients who are living with life-limiting illnesses but need some extra support from the hospice, but perhaps not in a hospice environment. So we support people usually with coffee and a chat, and currently we can't do that, so we're showing you a bit of what we can do. So today, me and Vicky are working together. I'm going to talk through how to make the gonks, and Vicky is my bully assistant, and she is going to be making it. This is, so one, you get two of us, and not just me joining on, and also because then you can see somebody else making it in real time, and it also helps to pace me so I don't go 100 miles an hour and lose you all.
Just as a disclaimer to let you know today that Jo and I have both been tested for COVID and we're both negative. We have been wearing masks while setting up this morning. Everything has been totally disinfected and we're now social distancing doing the crafts today.
Okay, so today we're going to be making gonks. Gonks are small, furry little creatures, very popular at Christmas. Let's move it a bit nearer the camera so you can see. So we've got, this is our project for today, or a simpler version of. To make this, you are going to need one clean sport sock and two fluffy bed socks. You're going to need some elastic bands. They can be normal elastic bands or hair bobbles, or these are special clear elastic bands, but actually they can be any. You'll need some scissors, some fur fabric for his beard, some rice. This is just really cheap rice. This is a supermarket's own brand. We won't name any supermarkets. And then we've got some stuffing as well. The stuffing isn't essential, but it is quite good to put inside the hats to give them a little bit of structure. We also are using a glue gun, but if you don't have a glue gun, you can use either PVA glue or you can use a needle and thread. Okay, so we're going to start with the sport sock, and you're going to need a small-ish drinking glass and your bag of rice. So you do the things out of the way. So we're going to open the rice. Hopefully not spilling. Yeah, this is where we're both wearing rice. And we're going to fill the glass up with rice. It's quite high, isn't it? Yeah, it's fine. Right, this is the easiest way I've found to do this. I have tried multiple ways and most of the time I end up cutting rice. So you're going to open your sock, put your sock over the glass, and holding the sock onto the glass, tip your sock so that the rice goes straight into your sock. Right, we are going to do that again because depending on how tall you want your gonk, this is basically what gives it the weight and also the fullness in it. So I would think probably with this size glass we're going to need about 3, so we're going to repeat it another twice, or however tall Vicky wants her gonk to be. Oh no, there you go, first disaster. This can happen to you at home as well, where you tip it all over and you need a good hoover.
You do need quite a bit of rice, don't you?
You do, yeah. I've kind of patted mine down a bit because you get a feel for how it's sitting, because you've got like a base on it, and then it's how high up it's going. Don't worry too much if you spill it, you can clear that up and it can still go in. It's just dried rice. It's not going to hurt anything. Just demonstrate what can go wrong for you. So I'm going to try the third.
I'm going to half fill mine and just see what mine comes out.
Yeah, see how it feels. So again, we're just tipping it over, sock on, and tip it up. When I first was doing these, I actually did it with a different system where you had to fill your glass and then kind of hope it was right performance. So
I am going to put some more.
You're going to put some more in yours. I feel like that's a similar sort of height. You get a feel for the weight of it as well, but it just depends how tall you want it. I don't know whether to put a bit more in or not. No, I might leave it like that. So I'll move those out of the way for a minute. And then for this bit, the next bit then, is take your elastic band and you're just going to put that around your sock as many times as it will go. So I'll try and do that a bit slower. Just to seal it, and that's just to stop your rice coming out. So I think that's probably tight enough. And that's your first section. Okay, So our next phase now is we're going to make the nose. So you need another elastic band. I usually try and stretch it on my fingers before I do it. And you're going to pinch a bit of the sock and rise to whatever size. So it depends now whether you want a big nose or a little nose. You're going to wrap your elastic band round, probably double it over like that. And that will give you a Gonk nose.
Right, I'm going to have a chunky nose.
Wow, oh that's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. They feel like those happy saddlebags, don't they?
Mm.
Right then, so our next phase now is we're going to do the body. So you need to decide which of your socks, so you can either do matching like this, okay?
So
So
we've
decided
got
to do
two
matching.
matching socks.
So she's got two of the same, and the socks are just from a cheap store. If you've got some cleanish ones at home, you can use those, but they are available. I think there were a pack of 2 for £1.50, so they're not very expensive for people wanting to buy them. One of the things I did want to say with these, that they're quite a nice present. These are a bit Valentine's, but actually you could do them to give to a family member as a thank you present, or a missing you, or a hug present. A lot of people are doing hugs, so with the hearts, they're kind of a bit of a hug one, if you can see that one there. And also they're nice if you've got somebody who's helping you out. If you've got a bit of a neighbour who's doing perhaps some jobs for you and things, you can do them as a little present that doesn't cost an awful lot of money and is quite easy to do. I should have said that earlier, sorry. Okay, so bed sock. We're going to, as if you were putting it on your foot, roll it down. Or if you put it on your foot, I always put my socks on differently to you. And then you're going to put his bottom into the sock.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So the foot is at the bottom of the sock.
Yeah, so the toe part is at the bottom of the sock. Which means on yours that the heel, is right.
Yeah.
So if you've got a heel on your sock, you need it to go at the back of it.
Yeah. Pull it round.
And pull it up, and then if you've got a pattern, you need to just straighten your pattern as well. On mine I don't, I picked a nice easy sock. Now you can cut socks and then do the next bit, but we've decided that, or I'm going to fold mine down. I don't know what
Well,
Vicky's
if
doing.
I bend mine over, it doesn't look as nice, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to fold mine in and see if it'll work
that way,
that way.
yeah, good thinking. Yeah, that should be alright like that, shouldn't it? Yeah, that'll neaten it up.
I'll tuck it a bit further down now.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, that's alright like that.
Yeah.
Lovely. So now, again, it's all elastic bands. It's a very, very easy project. We're going to pull up, so you need to leave his nose out, and you're going to pull the sock up, the bed sock, the coloured sock, up and tight behind his nose. And that's really just to secure it on so it doesn't fall off. So that bit, if you want, you can include it in there, or you can just leave it like that. So again, another elastic band, and we're just going to bunch the sock up, and then that's just holding that sock nice and tight in place to keep it out of his way. That's not going to be visible shortly. So you've got a nice coloured body, and it also acts as a liner, so your rice isn't likely to come through, and you've got your nose. Right then, we are now working on to beards. So we've got a grey fur fabric which is like tipped with a silver, which is quite nice. Now you need to make sure that your fur pile, as Vicky's doing there, is all pointing down and is brushed down, and you're going to cut it from the back. Now this is probably one of the more tricky bits. You need to work out roughly how long you want his beard to be, and remember that the fur is longer than the beard. Does that make sense? So like that, the actual pile of the fur is longer.
Yeah.
So when you're cutting, if I turn mine over, you're going to cut a triangle type shape, and when you're cutting, you want to cut the fabric at the back and not really the pile at the front. So you're sort of getting your scissors in between and cutting, and you're making sort of a shield shape, you know, like the old-fashioned shields. Where if you have got scissors that work marginally better than mine. So just cut that and then I'll show you. So it is, I'll just show the camera there. So it's that sort of shape, like a bit of a shield shape. Just show Vicky there as well.
So when you get to the end, did you sort of stop so you didn't cut the rest of the fur off?
Yeah, only because you're trying to keep some of that length.
And I was just thinking if I chop it, I'll just end up chopping the actual fur off. Cutting a bit more.
Yeah, that's it.
Gosh, it's pouring with rain outside.
It is awful when it is so heavy rain outside. I can just hear it bouncing down. For any of you who used to come to day therapy, you might recognise the room we're in at the moment. We're in the Haven at the hospice, and we used to have these screens across when we were doing relaxation. So for me and Vicky, it's a real blast from the past. We've come to where we used to work all the time.
The thing I've done with mine is, because I brushed it down that way, now it's the fur's gone the wrong way. See what I mean? You know, the pile.
So yeah, so cut another one, but with your fur going down the other way. So cut it from the opposite side going down. You could have him with a bit of a punky do if you wanted, but we've got enough to be able to cut. It is a bit trial and error with them.
Don't cut up your best rug at home there.
Yeah, Vicky wondered if this was a rug when we brought it in today, the fur fabric. The fur fabric you can get quite cheaply. They do sample sizes on things like eBay, and there are other sites online that you can buy some from. When shops start reopening, I would imagine that there will be places locally that sell some, although I don't think there's as many fabric shops as there used to be, is there now? I think that a lot of them have gone.
A lot of them at market as well, isn't there?
Yeah. Or did market have fur fabric? Yeah. In the top now, because it's going to go around his nose, we need his nose to fit in. So we're just going to make... I
think I've got quite a long beard here.
Is he a long beard?
That's
a cute beard. You can always put some off the top of it.
Just really,
do a straight line across the top, it might be
easier.
Right. This again is trial and error because it depends how big your nose is, or your Gonk's nose, not your personal nose. So we've cut out a little notch in the top. I'll just show you and show Vicky. Just got like a little triangle, little notch.
There we are. I suppose you could always just do like a little moustache.
Oh, that'd be cute. He looks like a biker Gonk. It's a little leather jacket, like a little Hell's Angel Gonk. Right, I'm just testing mine now to see whether it fits. So then if I was pulling that tight round and that tucked under, that probably is about the right size. He reminds me of somebody, I think a chef off a cartoon. Maybe Hairy Bikers. Oh yeah, are they Dave and somebody, Hairy Bikers?
I can't remember the name, Dave and somebody.
Oh, what's the other one called?
Chaz and Dave.
No, maybe not Chaz and Dave. Right, so now, because we're glue gunning, we're going to go off camera and just stick on our beards. If you were going to sew it on, if you don't have a glue gun at home, then you would just, because you're just sewing into the sock,
you could just do like a tacking stitch.
Just do, yeah, like a couple of little tacking stitches and maybe even round the nose, but you've got plenty of fabric to sew into, so you don't have to have a glue gun. You could use like a PVA type glue. It'd just take a little bit longer to dry, and for speed, we're just going to use the glue gun. So we will just go off camera and glue on our beards. Okay, so this is the result now of a glued on beard. Or sewn on in your case, and you can always just tuck the little bits of his straggly beards underneath his nose or push his nose down. So you can see Vicky's just doing that now. And we've just literally glued just one area there and one area there to keep it on, so you can still lift it up. Right, so the next bit now is going to be a hat. You can do hats different ways, but I think that this is the best way of doing it so that you don't cut the sock and have loads of fraying. So we're going to take the sock and put the heel part downwards on the table, I think that's what I did. And then we're going to push the toe up inside and keep pushing it in until it's sort of almost tucked right up inside like that. Does that make sense? Yeah, like that.
Yeah. Does it matter how long you have it?
Well, I don't think so. Tell you what you have to, isn't it? I might bring that down a bit. And then what you want to do is just check that it fits over. So that opening now, which has got the toe part inside, is going to go over the head and over the nose like that. And it's going to pull down part way onto your Gonk's back. And then you've just got your little opening at the top. So you just get Vicky check hers as well.
Mine's got a little heel on. I'm just going to leave that heel hanging there at the back. I think.
Will that match with what you've got on the
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right like that, isn't it? Now again, at this point, you could either just do a little couple of tacking stitches, which if you were going to do it, I'd probably do at either side of his beard and maybe one at the back, do you think?
Yeah.
Right, we're going to take the opening at the top still, so you've got your toe inside, and then some stuffing. If you've got toy stuffing, that's great. If you've got an old pillow or even a new pillow, you can use that stuffing, or you can even use cotton wool or some leftover bits.
And how much are you putting in?
I don't know, I'm going to do it in bits actually. It's how much, because what we're going to do is put a bit in to give his hat, his or her hat, I presume that these are male, they've got beards, a bit of structure, or yeah, they may be very gender neutral gonks. And what we're going to do is, part way up, we're going to put an elastic band. So once you've got like a little bit in, you need to leave enough sock left that you can do like another bit of filling.
That's like a bit out, I've put too much in.
Yeah. So then we're going to put, I should have done the elastic band first. Our elastic band on again. Got a bit of fluff there. Okay, so he's got a very natty hat now. Now you can leave them like that. We're going to do like a pom-pom, but you can actually split that into two and it makes quite cute little ears if you want to do it.
I might try that.
Are you going to do it into
I'll
two?
try that and see what that goes like.
Right, so
Just try and get my... Oh. So do you just...
So pinch it into two,
Yeah.
and then elastic band round
One
one half,
side.
and then elastic band round the other side, and that's like your two little, they're almost like little bunny ears, aren't they?
Yeah. Be careful you don't break your nails with these rubber bands.
Yeah, these are quite strong actually.
They are
More than
strong.
in your hair, would you?
Quite flexible, aren't they?
I don't know what they usually use for actually.
Remind me like when you plait your hair. Children plait their hair in there for me. I don't know if I'm doing that right.
You can have it like that. That's cute. That looks like a little Mickey Mouse head. That's quite cute. These little eyes on that. It's like a little bear. Oh, that's so cute. So you can do it with like little ears. I haven't done another one like that. I'm going to put some more stuffing inside, which again, we've not done one like this before. So I've just stuffed in that bit, and then I'm going to scrunch that top together. And another little elastic band. And then that becomes like a little bobble. You can always add bits of ribbon and things on.
Yeah, that looks cute.
On that one. So now your gonks are ready for any additional bits that you might want to add. You can leave them like this, and this is pretty much where we're going to stop today.
Thank you for joining us today. It's been lovely having you. Got another surprise. We've got Babs here, who's one of our other outreach support workers, come to join us. She's been busy working on the ward today. And I'd just like to say, there you are, Babs, a little treat from us.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye!
Bye.